It was a match between two former champions. Man City was bested by Leicester 5-2. Jamie Vardy got a hat-trick, and actually he came off early and could actually gotten a fourth goal. And if you saw the replays, he was visibly upset not to be able to get a fourth goal and actually edge even further in the golden boot race. Gents, Pep got it wrong. What are your thoughts?
Right. My thoughts are, and you know, not to go back to Chelsea, right? But I thought Brendan Rodgers moderated his strategy. He's normally a very attacking coach. I think it cost him the league when he was managing Liverpool. And the way he set up with 5 at the back, 4 in the midfield, and Vardy as a lone striker. And I think his whole game plan was to soak up the pressure, allow City to have the possession and try to hit them on the break. Now, it was and you can see that the team is well coached, right? Because City got one well early, and you know, the thought process at that point is like they're going to come out, they held the shape still, and you know, got the result. But I thought from a Man City perspective, and I won't say too much because I allow the guys to chip in also, I thought they conceded 3 poor penalties. And as a coach, it must drive you crazy to see those penalties. Kyle Walker, as a very experienced player, been playing at a high level for a very long time. There's no reason to get that penalty there. Aké is there. Let Nathan Aké close the inside and see if he can beat the keeper. Silly penalty to give away. Garcia was listless for the entire game, right? Who's
that?
There you go.
I think like Peter Check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ball there, right? Yeah, he was listless for the entire game.
Madness.
But I think what happened was City missing a lot of key players in a lot of key roles, a makeshift team. Sterling play up top. The defense, Nathan Aké knew. Garcia is just known for rubbish. And they had poor games all around.
Mendy not much better either.
Yeah, Mendy is a disgrace, right? But I think we have to give Leicester credit because they set up to play a particular style. They stuck to it. I mean, all of the players, Tielemans, Vardy, you know, even Madison come on and get a goal.
That guy in the middle, Mendy as well.
Mendy did well.
Leicester, excellent game.
Mendy did well.
The partnership of Tielemans and Mendy in the middle.
So I think we really have to look at Leicester because what they're showing is probably what I want to see from my side, to some dynamism where, you know, you go away to a bigger team that likes to dominate possession, you let them have possession and hit them on the break with your speed. So I think it was well executed by Brendan Rodgers. I mean, in his press conference, you could see when them asked him about him taking a more defensive stance, he was visibly not pleased by having to admit that he did that. But, you know, a man swallow in pride, set the team up the right way, and he got the result.
The biggest defeat at home. But
yeah.
Lane made an excellent point before the show, right? So Lane was saying, when European football start play, let's watch Leicester. So I won't get too excited about Leicester right now because it's clear that Pep didn't have all the resources at his disposal that he would have liked. So we can look and say, okay, fine, you know, he was missing a lot in the attack and he still got 2 goals, you know. So we can say it was defense that failed him. But one thing I will say, when you're missing persons who normally control and take the ball by the scruff, or take the game by the scruff of the neck, you leave yourself open to a lot of loose possessions, right? Because if you look at even the goal that Vardy scored, the one from open play, Nathan Aké cleared the ball, didn't even reach half line, 2 seconds later, bam. So Garcia was poor on that in terms of marking, but you can clearly see that the cohesion that you normally get from Man City side was missing, and you know, you had too many missing pieces to the puzzle. So I'm not going to take anything from Leicester. They executed their game plan, but I'm not going to get too excited about this Leicester victory, to be quite honest, because it's not like they beat a Man City side that was at full strength. But with that being said, it's clear that Man City need to do something about their defense. And it's interesting and very funny we should say this because Man City had the 2nd best defensive record in the league last year. And everybody keeps saying that defense is their weakness. But if you look at where they concede goals, because Man City don't concede a lot of goals, you know. So we need to be real. Especially last season they didn't. But what they did, they conceded crucial goals that were deciders in terms of them contending for the title and losing. Because I think they conceded like three more goals than Liverpool for the season. If memory serves me correct, 2 or 3 more goals than Liverpool. But just that they conceded at the crucial points. And that, I think that's what is beating them. Because if you look at in the game today, when a decision needed to be made, the defenders got it wrong every single time. And that's the difference. He got it wrong every single time. And I think that is where Pep needs to reassess how he looks at his game, because I mean I've seen him play Ryan Sterling 9 before and gotten greater success. And not going to say, boy, you never have Aguero or you never have Jesus, so that's the reason why you lost, because you conceded 5 goals.
Yeah.
Aguero being on the field was not going to prevent him from conceding 5 goals, you know?
Yeah. So what I'll say, right? That's my thought process. So first of all, it's clear that Pep don't have his preferred backline. And why I say that is that he's playing a double pivot or 2 defensive midfielders, right? In the form of Rodri and Fernandinho. And before, you haven't really seen Pep do that. He normally has Fernandinho or Rodri sitting with 2 more box-to-box or attacking midfielders.
Yeah.
So obviously he's not comfortable with his backline. Now you look at the backline, you have Nathan Aké, who's a decent centre-back, and you have Garcia. You know, obviously there's no partnership there. And Danny made an excellent point. And, you know, when you watch the match reaction, you saw how Pep was behaving on the sideline when Nathan Aké kicked the ball up the field. No, but a seasoned Man City defender would knock it back to Edison, right? And they would rebuild because about possession football. And
Edison is one of the best keepers in the league with the ball.
Exactly. So I think Nathan Aké is not there as yet in terms of the Pep philosophy. And I think it's clear that Pep needs some more defenders. Now, you know, Fabrizio Romano would have come out and said Ruben Diaz is on his way. Here we go. So I think they'll get a strong defender. Now, how long he will take to gel, we'll see. Now, as long as Pep don't have that defensive strength, I mean, you know, the City fans will hope that Laporte and Ruben Diaz can form a great partnership. You're going to see the double pivot or the 2 defensive midfielders, and that's not going to be ideal for them going forward. The next issue they have is in attack. So Aguero is injury prone, and then you have, you know, Gabriel Jesus, who I don't think is good enough for Man City right now. And the next thing we know is that just generally how Mahrez play with the selfishness just not going to work. So that's just a general issue for them. In terms of Leicester's attack play, you have to credit them, as Kevin said, you know, just the dynamism or whatever that word. But this is going to get clipped. Yeah, but, you know, how they were able to change the play. One thing I'll give them credit for as well is that they pass the press. They pass the press. So they knock the ball around. As you said, the midfield of Tielemans, Yuri Tielemans, very good player, cross control, and Mendy, they played very well together. So they were able to use the width very well and play out from the back and beat the press. And they were, obviously Brendan did his homework. You saw how Kyle Walker and Benjamin Mendy like to get high. They were able to isolate them or push a winger past them, the fast wingers, and play the ball around them. And they were exposed several times, right?
Both of them gave a penalty.
Exactly. Both of them. And chances were created that Leicester weren't, you know, efficient enough or didn't get control of the ball where they could have, you know, actually scored.
Excellent counter.
There was that
excellent
counter.
Yeah, man.
Two. And if
brilliant that didn't
the right pass play.
Yes. Yeah. So, you know, when you look at Leicester's overall play, it was very good. Now, Danny hit the nail on the head, right? They're in Europe. So it's all about when it comes down to crunch time, next year it's all about what competition you prioritize. If you're under pressure to win a cup, or if you think you can go all the way, if you're trying to manage it, it's all about can Leicester's squad, you know, when some of these sides fall out from Champions League, battling with them, can they beat them, etc. So it's interesting to see what will happen further down in the league. And
there's one point, you know, even with the acquisition of Nathan Aké, right? When I saw the acquisition, one thing came to mind, right? This is a defender coming from Bournemouth.
Yeah.
This is a clear the ball defender.
Yeah.
It's not a champagne defender who can play the ball comfortably and pass back to the keeper, because that's the thing when you buy players, especially defenders, from sides that are generally relegation scuffle, right? They are used to just clearing the ball and getting back and just waiting.
Yes.
How Pep wants to play, and that's why it's going to be interesting to see how Diaz acclimatizes or how quickly he's able to do that, because more than one time I saw he had the option to play back to his keeper
Yeah.
and then boot it out.
Yes.
And it shows the type of keeper that he's used to playing
Yes.
and the type of system that he's used to playing. So in order for him to unlearn that and learn football the Pep way, and that's the reason why, you know, in my mind, there's still a question mark about whether City is going to be able to be with the best Liverpool this season, win the title. I think that City, their side is not replenishing as quickly as they're losing talent. You lose a Vincent Kompany. I've not seen another centre. I've never seen another defender to come in and command the side. You lose a David Silva. I'm not seeing his replacement as yet. You lose a Leroy Sané. I'm not seeing his replacement fully yet. So and then you look at the aging Fernandinho as well. So I mean, those are the question marks around it, and I guess we'll see. I mean, I could be very wrong, and you know, Pep could find the formula, or Liverpool can just unravel in the middle of the season. Anything can. It's a game of football. That's how I love it. But from where I'm looking now, I think that Pep has a lot more questions than answers right now.